Okay, so let me expand this. All right, um, so remember the test window is, the first window is March 12th through the 15th and the 18th through the 22nd. Last time, and Miss Rubin, we had a discussion. So remember in the previous years, you could not test online on a Friday or a Monday. This year it's different. So I did contact the state, and the state contract says that you can test online on a Friday and a Monday. All right, is that clear for everyone? Ms. McFadder, are you on?
That's
Yes.
clear.
Okay, all right. So Ms. McFadder, I'm going to call on each of you because I know what some of you do. Um, so Ms. McFadder, can you repeat what I just said for the rest of us?
That you checked with the state and we can test on the Monday and Friday of the testing window.
Thank you, Ms. McFadder. Appreciate it. And then that should be number 2 here. But Ms. Veal, just like last time, she's going to go on and go through JCampus and download a IEP or 504 accommodation and upload it, so all of you can see the process again. Now, let's see.
Wow,
Let me.
thanks.
Okay, mute Miss Lee. Okay. All right, and then the next thing we're going to do is you're going to log into your Success account. We're going to TAA, and then there was an email that some of you got, not all of you, but most of you got from ACT State Testing on, I think this was Friday, October 31st, whenever that was. No, one Friday. Whenever, I think it was a Tuesday. Um, so we're going to review that again, and don't forget in PA Next. Step 3 is what you should be working on. Those are accommodations. And more information about the accommodations. This was the same thing from last week, so none of this part right here has changed right here. And then keep uploading your accommodations. Use the TA user guide if necessary. And then on page 2, um, again, just continue uploading your accommodations. Don't forget, for seniors, some of those accommodations may already be in there. So you just got to verify if they're in there. All you have to do is just change the test date. Now remember, for your EL, those expire at the end of each July. So you have to upload those again. And then our next meeting virtually is November 13th. All right, so um, what I want to do before Ms. Veal comes on is I want to go to, let's see. All right, so I'm in PA Next, and I just want to verify some things here. All right, let me go ahead and get back to this part here. Okay, all of you signed in, so make sure you signed in. Move this over, and good. Okay. All right, so I'm in PA Next. I need to just quickly verify some information, and so I'm going to be calling on you. So hopefully you're still on. You hadn't walked away. Okay, so let's see. So let me see how I'm going to do this. All right. Oops. All right, give me a minute so I can remember. Come on, where is this? Oh, Lord. Okay, might be at the bottom. Here we go. All right, so I'm going to Setup, and then we're going to Organizations, and I'm going to go to Show All Results. So these are all the schools in the district. And then I'm going to go to All Tasks. Okay, now So Arlington, and Arlington is Bobby. Okay, Bobby, are you on?
Yes,
Okay,
sir.
Bobby. So I'm at your school right now. I'm going to go to Manage Contacts, and okay, let me go to your school. What happened to your school? Well, that is weird. Hold on, Bobby.
Right
Okay,
here.
here we go.
Right
I
there.
know, I hear you. Okay, so is everything correct? But your address is no longer the same. Is that correct?
Yeah, it's Winborn now. What
Okay.
is
All right. So
we on Winborn?
all right. So here's what I need for you to do. Okay. I sent you all an email, and this was this morning. In that email, let me go ahead and get that email I sent you. All right. So Bobby, this is going to be
Okay.
something you're going to have to take care of. All right. So in that email, let me find that email that I sent. Okay. So this is the email that I sent to all of you this morning at 8:22. All right. So Bobby,
Yes,
in
822.
yes, this morning.
I see it, Mr. Dozak.
Okay. So here,
I see
yeah.
it.
All right. Listen to me. I opened it up, and there's a place on there where the address change that you have to change the address. Now I thought we had done that last year. Whoever was doing it last year. And what happens with
Miss Banger was
yeah, and I remember doing it. It's just that sometimes when ACT goes from one year to the next, they don't transfer the information. So it's like you have to keep redoing this. Now, what's the problem is
okay.
this: if you don't change the school address, everything's going to be sent to that old address. So you want yeah.
Okay.
So let me find it. It's somewhere in here. Hold on. Um, okay, so let's see. Navigating. This is not it. To do. That's not. Oh, here we go. All right. So Bobby, where it says to
Here
do
it is.
testing
Address
plans,
here.
number 2.
Yes, sir. I have
Okay.
it.
So you can click on the
Address change request.
address change request.
Address change request.
Let me see. Hold on.
Okay. I just.
Hold on. Oops.
Okay.
Why is this showing up? All right. So let's see. So you're gonna fill all this information with an asterisk. Okay. Give a reason. Just say your
Okay.
school changed location, the current physical address. Now, see, that's weird because the current physical address, you've been there for what, a year now or 2 years?
No, we've been here for about 3 years
3 years.
now, Mr.
So
Dozak.
they're asking for the current
Yes,
physical
sir.
address, thinking that I would just do this, Bobby. I would put the current physical address because that's where you are right now, and the new physical
Yes.
address. And then somewhere in here, I wonder if there's a place where you could say something else in terms of why you're filling the form out because your address is still incorrect in PA Next.
Okay.
All right, so just do what you can here. Now for roll, make sure you put school test coordinator. Okay?
Okay.
All right.
Yes, sir.
Okay. And then you go on from there. All right.
All righty. All right. Let's do that. Okay. I'm doing that
Okay.
now.
All right. So then we're going to go to.
What's the? I will give it the iPad. Okay.
Go ahead and mute yourself, please. Okay. So then mentorship. Is mentorship on here? Let's see.
Yes.
Okay. All right. So Shelly, is your address still at Florida Street right here?
Yes,
Okay.
sir.
Thank you. All right. McKinley High. April Dennis. April.
Yeah.
Who is she talking? I can't. April, is she on? Yeah, she signed in. April Dennis. Okay, she's not.
Yes.
She says she's talking, but nothing's happening.
Okay. All right. Let's see. Okay, I'm talking, but not sure what's happening. Okay. All right. So, I'm assuming the East McKinley sounds correct. I'm assuming that's correct. April, you're going to have to verify that it's 800. Broadmoor High School, Brian Powell, is that correct?
Yes, that's
Yeah, I
correct.
just looked.
Okay. Okay. Thank you, Michelle and Brian. All right. And then Bel Air High School, Elaine Johnson, you're at 12121 Tams Drive right here. Is Elaine on? Let me see. Did Elaine sign in? Doesn't look like she's on. Okay. All right. Arlington, we already did. Baton Rouge High, he's not on. I'm not even going to go there. EBR Readiness, Lolanda, are you on?
I'm on.
Okay, are you at Brookstown Drive 4375 East?
Yes.
Okay, thank you. All right. Glen Oaks High School, Yolanda Robertson.
I'm here.
Is that you're at Cedar Grove Drive?
Yes,
Okay,
sir.
thank you. All right. Liberty, Miss Albert. You're still at, it's still 1105 Lee Drive, right?
Yes.
Okay, thank you. And then Sharonda Cooper. Is she on? Idea Bridge is not on here. She didn't at least it's not on the sign-in sheet. All right, we'll move on. Christina.
I'm
Okay,
here.
Christina, you're at 7800 Innovation Park.
Sure
All right,
am.
thank you. All right, EBR Virtual, Miss Lodge. Miss Lodge. No, she.
Yes,
Okay,
sir.
you're here. Did you sign in?
Not
Yeah,
yet.
please sign in. Miss Lodge, are you at 8028 Mayflower?
Yes.
Okay, thank you. All right, Estruma, Miss McFadder, you're still at?
Yes.
Thank you, Miss McFadder. Stacy Maiden, Capitol High. Is that correct address?
I'm this is Ms. Deloach. I'm on for Capital this morning.
Okay. Ms. Deloach, is this
1000 North 23rd. Yes, sir, that is the right address.
Okay, thank you.
You're welcome.
Scotlandville, Ursula. Is this correct?
Yes, sir. That's
All
correct.
right. And then Northdale, Alicia Abear. Is Northdale on here? Northdale didn't sign in. Okay. All right. Northeast, Mr. Odom. Is that correct? Is Mr. Odom on? Mr. Odom didn't sign in. Okay, we'll move on. Miss Rubin, this is correct, right?
Yes,
Thank
sir.
you. And then finally, Miss Veal, is this correct?
Yes.
Okay. All right. Now, one of the things in that email that I sent all of you, so now all of you that I called that's listed as test coordinator here, you're going to be receiving emails from ACT and then some of you had to add this morning. So if you did not get that email that I forwarded to you, let me get it out again. God, there's so many things open. All right. Let me see what I did with it. I apologize. Hold on. Let me find it. Remember that email I just showed you? It's like I can't find things. Good Lord. Okay, bear with me. Here it is, right here. Okay, so that email here that I forwarded to you, you should now be getting everything from ACT. As long as you're the contact and the names I listed on here are the contacts. So for example, EBR Virtual is Address Lodge. Capitol High School is listed as Stacy Main unless it changes for any of you. Scotlandville, it's Ursula. Those are the contacts. So that's who ACT will be contacting. All right, and then those kind of emails that you just saw is the emails that you receive, and you just forward that to your backup. You forward it to your principal. you forward those emails to anyone that's helping you. All right. Now, one of the things that it said to do, let me go back and find it. One of the things that it indicated that you needed to do was this. Let's see. Come on, come on, come on. All right, hold on. Okay, so I think it's, let's see, to do testing plans, check your inbox, log into PA Next, confirm your shipping address, which we just did. All right, then, oh, okay, right here, number 4. So number 4, right here, it said, number 4 right here, it said, if you have selected online test dates, make a plan with your technical coordinator to complete site readiness activities. So this really applies to the charter schools. So the 3 charter schools, you're going to have to make sure that the site, that you do the site readiness activities when we get to that point. And that's going to be done probably about a couple of months before testing. So probably in early January. So just keep that in mind. So you do make a plan with your testing coordinator for him to do, or her, to do the site readiness activities. For EBR schools, remember Chris Boysia is the one that does that for us. So EBR schools, I will call Chris and he will verify the site readiness. He will do the site readiness activities. But the charter schools, you're responsible for doing number 4 on your own. All right, but there was another one I wanted to find that they talked about. Okay, come on.
Mr. Dozet, I'm sorry to
That's
interrupt
okay.
you. So in the email that you forwarded, and is that the same email you forwarded us?
Yeah, this morning.
Yes. So I don't see a number 4.
You're talking about this?
On mine.
This email here, right? Okay,
Yes,
so
sir.
it was on number, let's see if I can find it again. So the first section talked about get ready. The next one talked about testing plans. That's this one here on the testing plans. So you see where it says testing plans and the number 4?
Yes, sir. Mine stops at number 3. It doesn't have the number 4 on the email that you forwarded out.
Okay, because all I did was just forward the email that was sent to me. So
It has number 3 twice. So it's number 3 on confirm your shipping and also number 3 on if you selected online test dates. It has 2
that
numbers.
is the most strange. That's
Got
the
it.
most strange thing I've ever heard. Because look, this says 3, this says 4, and all I did was forwarded. That is okay.
Okay, I see the 2 number 3s. Okay, thank you so
Okay.
much.
That is crazy because this did not say 2 number 3s. I don't know. You know, we have internet issues in EBR, so I'm wondering if that could have had something to do with it. Who knows? Okay, so there was something else, and good Lord, I can't find it. There's just so much on here. Okay, so basically, I'm just going to tell you, one of the things you had to do was in PA Next, you had to go in and right here, you had to go in and select a test date. And so I did that for all of us. So when you go to test date selection, for example, if I go to mentorship and I do test date selection, well, mentorship right here. So these are the test dates. Now I went ahead and I put paper standard time test date. Oh, that's standard time. I need to change that. That's my mistake, because we don't do paper standard time, right? So I'm gonna do applicable online testing. Paper accommodations. I did leave that there though, because it is possible you could have a student. You could get a student from other school that may need Braille or something, or may need large print, only because the computer gives the student seizures or something. All right, so there's only a reason. And then notice everything says March 12th. That's our first window. And then the materials receipt week, I put the earliest possible, which is February 12th. But I do need to go back, and for all of you, I need to change this because we don't do paper standard time. So I do need to, what is this? Okay, so let's just do this. All right, I need to go back real quick and just do this. Well, why is this doing that? Return, you're attempting to leave a page that is unsaved. Return. Oh, I forgot to save it. That's why. I'm sorry. All right. So save. So this is how you do stuff in here. So I'm going to do this for you. It won't take long. I just want to make sure I do it now because if I don't, I will forget. All right. And then, oops, did I fix that one? Nope, I did not. All right. And then I'm going next to capital. We don't do paper standard time. I'm going to go ahead and save. East Baton Rouge school system. We don't do paper standard time, and so on. EBR readiness. We're only doing online standard time. And then next one. Okay, so Glen Oaks, online standard time. Idea Bridge, online. Innovation, online. Istruma, online. Almost done. Liberty, online. McKinley, online. Mentorship. And then Northdale. Northeast. Scotlandville. And then 2 more schools, and then that should be it. So I think I fixed everybody. Okay. All right. So everything's fixed now. So remember, paper for everyone. Standard time for state testing in Louisiana is only online. You can do paper accommodations, but the state has only said only for 2 situations where you need like Braille or large print, and large print only because the student has seizures when looking too long into a computer screen. And then the material receipt week will be around February 12th. So everything's be sent here, and then you're going to come pick it up and then bring it back to your school. Okay, and then, all right, so then let's see what else. Okay, so going back to that email, so I think now, so what I want you to do before Ms. Veal goes through that process again, make sure you can log into PA Next. So here's what I want you to do. So there are a couple of ways you can get into PA Next, and so that's this right here. A couple of ways you can get into PA Next. You can get into PA Next by, let's see who's speaking. Please mute yourself. So Christina says she can't hear anything. Christina, it's on your end. And then Brian says that I'm cutting in and out. Am I cutting in and out, or is it just for Brian?
I can hear you, Mr. Dozak. I have a question.
Yes.
It's asking for the district code.
The district code is Z. Look, it's up here. Just write this down.
Oh, okay.
It's Z 197034. So it's just put 197. I think you may need the Z. Does it allow you to put the Z in there? So Z 197034.
Z197
034.
034.
Okay.
Then I repeat it. Z197 034. Yeah.
Yeah. You may need to put the Z. Just see what happens when
Okay.
you do that.
Okay.
You're welcome.
Thank you.
Okay. So there, right here, there are two ways to get into PA Next. You can go through Success, or you can just type in testadmin.act.org. And if all I need to do is just get into PA Next, this is what I use, testadmin.act.org. So for example, you're going to go to testadmin.act.org. Just type it in like that and press enter. Let me go ahead and log out. So just to show you what I want you to do. Okay, so let's do this again. So you can go to testadmin.act.org. All right, and you're going to get this screen. All right, now, if you've never logged into PA Next, and some of you, I just created your account today, so all you're going to do is you're going to click on Forgot Password. Your username is your email address. All right, so for example, I believe Sharonda, well, Sharonda's not on, unless she just came on. Yolanda Haynes, I believe I created yours today. So if you'd never logged into PA Next, then click on Forgot Password, and then your username and your email address are the same. And it's going to send you, and click on Request Password Reset, and it's going to send you a link in an email, and then that's where you go. All right?
What if it's telling me my account is locked?
That's because, Lily, you tried logging in too many times with the wrong password.
I did it automatic. Like as soon as I went there, it didn't tell me my password was wrong. It just told me locked.
Okay, so let's see. Hold on. Always something with Lily Rubin. All right, Lily, let's do this again. I think I have to. You're disabled. So I may need to enable you. If not, you're going to have to contact ACT. But before you do that, let me see if I can fix it. Hold on, Lily. I've got to log back in.
Okay.
All right, let's see. All right, so I'm gonna go to your. I'm gonna go to you. I gotta find you. So users. L Rubin. Okay, there you are. Let me go here. Let me just click on the little blue eye right here. See if that will tell me anything. Nope. All right, so let me do this. Let me go to edit users. I'm not sure. Okay, Lily. See, Lily, I'm confused because it says enable. So I don't think there's the issue is that they disabled you. I wonder. See right here, the active begin date. I wonder. I don't know who put that there. I'm gonna go ahead and remove it and then save. So I took the active begin date off. So Lily, can you go back in and see if you can log in again? Just do forgot password and just do it all over again, okay? Or
It's still locked. I'll try the password.
yeah, just do forgot password. Oh yeah, that's the one that works. Okay, thank you. So for PA Next, everyone, for PA Next, if you get locked out, if it says you're locked out, all you have to do is just go back to where we were earlier. Watch. So test admin. So go here and just say forgot password and just reset your password and you're no longer going to be locked out. Okay, that's right. I forgot about that. For word keys, that's different. So everything's different for each platform, how you deal with stuff. WorkKeys, you got to contact me so I can enable you. But for PA Next, this is how you do it. Hopefully that worked, Lily. Let me know real quick if it did or did not work. Hopefully it did. Okay, so
Yep,
okay,
it
thank
worked.
you. All right, so everyone remember, if you get locked out for some reason, you just go and you change your password again. Okay, so Sharonda indicated she is on. Thank you, Sharonda. I appreciate it. All right, so Sharonda,
Michael, I have a
yes.
question. Okay, so I changed my password and it's now saying user has not yet been created in this website
Yeah,
or authorization has been
yes,
removed.
so
Because
that's
I'm,
okay. So Michelle only gave access to the person.
Mr.
Yes,
Powell,
but all of
okay.
you can give access to someone else. So let me kind of remind all of you how to do that. And so let's see. All right, hold on.
But I don't need the access,
Well,
right?
if you're going to help Mr. Powell with creating test sessions, you will. Or
Okay.
so whoever's going to help, whoever's going to be creating test sessions, then that person is going to need access to PA Next. Now, if all you're doing is uploading documentation into TAA, then you don't need access to PA Next. You just need access to TAA. But if your backup is going to, if your backup is also helping you with creating test sessions, then you're going to need access. So all of you listen to what I'm about to do. Come on, I'm going to test admin. I'm gonna go ahead and sign in. Let's see. So this is how you're going to create a user account. Okay, so you're going to go to setup right here. You can go to setup, and I am so since I didn't have to put any student records in here or show any student records, I am recording this, so I'll send it out. All right, so you're going to go to setup right here. So I'm going to go to setup, and then I'm going to click on users. All right, when I click on users, this panel shows up. All right, and so what I need to do is create a user. All right, so I'm going to go right here where it says start. So right here where it says start, and notice that you see several things: create, edit user, delete, restore users. So we're going to create edit user. So I'm going to click on create edit user, and then this shows up. All right, now, so I'm going to go ahead and create, Michelle, your account. So the first thing you have to do is click on the selected organization. Now, as a test coordinator, whoever is the contact, you probably only have one organization. So I have several. I'm going to have to make sure I put the right one. This is Broadmoor High School. Selected role will be test coordinator. Now listen carefully. So you're the backup test coordinator. I can still list you as test coordinator. It's just that the person who is actually the test coordinator has to be in the contact. Remember the managed contacts we did earlier? So that's where Brian needed to be listed as well. All right. And then I'm going to put your email address. Michelle, what's your email address?
MG Johnson.
That's it? No number?
Yeah, MG Johnson at
Okay.
EB.
All
Yeah.
right, thank you. All right. Now notice once I do that, the username pops up with the email address. So in PA Next, in Pearson Access, your email address and your username are the same. All right, so your first name and last name, and then just click on create. Don't forget to click on create. And don't do anything with the test date. I'm sorry, with the begin date. Leave those blank. So leave the active begin date and active end date blank. And then we go and create. And then it says the user already exists, but the required roles and organization assignments have been added to the user. So what I need for you to do is go back to forgot password and click on that and do fill in the information for that. Okay.
Okay.
All right. So that's how you do that. So, Miss McFadder, if you have a backup or
Yeah.
someone else that's going to help you with creating test sessions, you may want to create a.
I do, but I have a question about it. Because I'm on the screen right now to do it. It only allows me to list them as either a room supervisor or a technical coordinator.
Huh.
Same
Okay.
here.
Well,
That's the only two options that it gives.
that's crazy. Let me just check something. Because the room supervisor, that person will not be able to help you with creating test sessions. That is weird. Okay, so let's see, users.
So I don't know if, for me, being that I'm already the STC, if it won't let the STC pick,
It's possible.
add another STC.
It is possible. Who knows? All we do is just take it one day at a time. Let me just check something real quick. Users. We'll go to show all results. All right. That's not what I wanted. Gar McFadder. All right. So I'm going to the little blue thing right here. I'm looking at your roles. You have test coordinator role, importer role. But I'm not sure why you're, maybe, I don't know. So let's just do this. If you need, if you need someone else to help you, I can do this right now. But the rest of you, just send me an email with saying you want your backup to have access, so that way they can help you with creating test sessions. Miss McFadder, it's your backup or someone?
Yes, it's my backup STC.
Okay, hold on. Let's see. This is at Estruma. That's
Estruma.
Vicky Jones.
Yes.
Okay. All right, so we're gonna go to setup, users. Create edit. All right, so it won't take long. All right, Estruma. Test coordinator. Now, while I'm doing that, so notice that all of you though have access to a room supervisor, correct?
Yes, room supervisor and technical
Yeah,
coordinator.
the technical coordinator you don't need. Now, let me rephrase that. The charter schools do. The charter schools need the technical coordinator because they're going to have to give that role to whoever's helping them. EBR schools or traditional schools, you're not going to assign anyone the technical coordinator. That's just Chris Boisia. Okay, so that makes sense for everyone. The charter schools, you understand what you have to do? At some point, you're going to have to assign, you have to create an account and assign the technical coordinator role to whoever's going to help you with technology. Okay. For all other EBR schools, Chris Boisia does that. All right. So, but you do need the room supervisor. So when you create your test sessions, you're going to have to list room supervisors. So you do need the room supervisor, because you're going to have to create user accounts for the room supervisors. Yes, Michelle.
Mine's is not. It's still not working. It's giving me the same
What
error.
error is it giving you?
User has not yet been created in this website, or authorization has been removed,
Jesus. Okay.
and therefore does not have appropriate authorization.
And I don't know, Michelle.
Okay.
Hold on. Let me see. Miss McFadden, just call me later, please. We'll fix this. I'm just gonna.
All right, no problem.
All right. So Michelle, I don't. Let me see if you're on this list. Okay, so you're right here. All right. Broadmoor High School.
It's not here.
Oh, it says disabled. All right. So I'm gonna go ahead and see right here. It said disabled. Now here's why I said disabled. All right. So a couple of reasons. Notice, I think you were a room supervisor last year. Okay.
Yes.
All right. So I'm going to remove the active begin date. Just remove that altogether. Then I'm going to remove room supervisor, and then go in and enable, and then save. All right. So Michelle, try it now. You should be okay. Because I removed the room supervisor role. Now all of you are going to have to create accounts for the room supervisors before testing, like maybe a month or so before testing, January, February area. So we're going to talk about that when we get into January. But that's a process you're going to go through.
Okay.
You were able to.
It's let me in.
All right. You're
Thank
welcome. You. Okay. The rest of you, all of you that's on here, if you're not a backup, if you or the test coordinator, you're able to get into PA Next, right? All of you?
Yes, sir.
Thank you. Okay, so when you get into PA Next,
Yes.
if you get into PA Next, I'm going to the home page right here. So notice the home page right here. So when I click on the home page, it brings you to this. All right, and just go through that email. So the email that I forward to you tells you where to go in here. But in particular, I'm going to go to the Louisiana State Testing webpage right here. So it's right here. And this right here. So I'm going to click on this. And you saw this before. We did this for WorkKeys back a couple of months ago. But now we're talking about ACT testing. So we're going to click on the resources. And what I want to point out is that we now have a schedule of events. So right here is your schedule of events. Before today, it wasn't there. So now it's there. So I want you to click on this. So this is our schedule of events. Say OK. And this is your schedule of events. All right. So paper testing, the window for paper testing accommodations is the same as online testing. Notice the dates are the same. All right. Then you have office accommodations, office hours right here. So if you click on it, these are office hours, and some of them have already been recorded. So these are office hours. And then let's see, dates in the table. I like a PDF of this. I don't like the way they have this. And then prepare for testing. So right here, notice November 14th, attend a test administration webinar and question and Q&A session. And it's 10 a.m. Central Time, and click here to register. And here's the one for accommodations on December 5th. Register. And then they have another one on January 9th, and you click here to register. All right, and then from September 11th through January 19th. So the last time we met, they didn't have the end date for uploading accommodations. Now all of you see that the window for uploading accommodations is from September 11th to January 19th. So you have about a little over 2 months to do the uploading of accommodations. And so the TAA, I gave the user guide. I gave you the user guide when we met before in person. But here's the link to it if you can't find yours. And then from September 11th through February 2nd, let's see what this is. It says request right here. Request reconsideration. Oh, okay. So what you had to do was when you went to TAA, and every time you upload accommodations, whoever uploaded it receives an email indicating that a decision has been made. If ACT didn't approve everything and you want to appeal, you would have to provide more documentation. Then that's called a reconsideration. So you would have to do a reconsideration. And then, so you have up until the 2nd to do that. Then from January 22nd through March 8th, that's the qualified exception. So we're not going to talk about that now because it doesn't come into play until the end of January. So we'll talk about that in January. But these are your dates. So just go through each one of those, and just see what it says. Now, charter schools. This is important for you. The 3 charter schools, December 11th through January 31st. Here's that ACT technical guide for online testing. So you need to give this to your. See right here it says TCH, that's your technical coordinator. So the idea innovation, idea bridge, and mentorship, this has to be provided to them, to the person. So don't forget about doing that. For the rest of EBR schools, Chris Boisia already has access to this. All right, and then you have a little part here that talks about preparing for window 1. So remember, all of you can do window 1. When should you do window 2? So window 2 is the one that begins in April. When should you do that one? And it's possible all of you will be doing window 2, but which students should you be testing in window 2?
That's for the makeup.
So any students that didn't show up, right? What else? So it could be a student that showed up, got sick, and couldn't finish during window 1. And then you would have to assign that person window 2. Now, remember we talked about this in the manual last week, or when we met last time, and we could talk about this again. But if you have a student that already started and didn't finish, you're going to have to contact ACT to have them create a test session for that student. But if you had a student that never showed up at all, then you're good. You don't need to contact ACT. You only need to contact ACT for retesting if that student started but did not finish. All right, but there's the window, and then you have the one for window 2 as well. All right, any questions at this point? All right, and before Ms. Veal comes on, let me go to success. So I'm going to go into success. Let's see. Hold on, I'm just trying to make sure. Okay. All right. Okay, so I'm going to success, and the reason I'm going to success is because that's the only way I can get to TAA, is to go through success. Once you're into success, and if you don't have an account, I think all of you that is a coordinator, you have I sent you an account for success. All you have to do is just say forgot password. No, I think you have to create an account. Yeah, you have to create an account first, and then you go through the password stage. But I'm gonna go to TAA. Okay, now it's asking me to. Oh, okay, here we go. All right. And so when you get into TAA, notice it says up here, taa.act.org. Let me look at a school. I'm going to go to Baton Rouge High School. Let's see, Baton Rouge Magnet High School. I'm going to click on Continue. And remember, we talked about this before. Notice that right here, when I first got in, this was for national testing. Remember we talked about national and special testing? So if a student requires accommodations, it's going to be considered special testing. So whatever was submitted, it was not approved. So what could the test coordinator do if they want to if they want to try to get that accommodations approved that was requested? We just talked about that. What would you do? Anyone? What do you do?
You could do a request. You could do a request for reconsideration if you have some additional
Yep. So you
documentation.
can go to the PIN number, click on that, and then right here is the edit for reconsideration. All right, so we talked about that before. Notice that what was requested was breaks as needed. So based on what was sent to ACT indicated that their IEP does not require breaks as needed. So I'm gonna click on the download decision notification right here. Just see what it says. So to open it up, and it'll say a little bit more in there. Let's see. It says the following comment right here. I can expand this. It said the following accommodations and or EL supports are not approved. Breaks as needed. Then it says the requested accommodation is not approved because ACT needs more information on the impact of your medical condition has on you. Statements about how your medical condition may impact you or others with similar medical conditions are not sufficient. Examples of helpful documentation include, and so here's some examples, and then the documentation requirements can be found at this site. The requested accommodation is not approved because this is kind of like, oh, and what's more the same thing, isn't it? Then it says this, feedback can be used in the form of teacher survey forms, at least 2, a letter describing you or your needs as a learner. Okay, so anyway, remember you're supposed to give the student the decision notification. And so I don't know if the coordinator would or if the student needs to have a see where it says teacher survey form. So if you click on that, just curious. We've looked at it before last year. Oh, I see. So this is a teacher survey form. So the teacher would fill that out. And then in your courses, did this student get started on his or her own? And then you would fill out whichever one applied. And then please identify current strategies or interventions, other information that supports the student's need for the requested accommodation, the teacher's name and signature and date. And I guess that they would, then that teacher would give that to the test coordinator to upload for reconsideration. All right, but there's a lot of stuff there. So don't forget, you do need to provide the student with the decision notification. Any questions at this point? But I'm going to go back to this school and I'm going to click on submit date just to change the date form right here. All right. So I want you, so it looks like that school has not uploaded any documentation for state testing. You'll see that? Because everything was from last year, from 11/15/22. So there's nothing from 23. All of this right here, 9/23, 8/23, that was for national special testing. So that school hadn't done anything yet with uploading documentation. Lily Rubin, have you started on yours? Lily?
Yes,
All
I
right, great.
have.
Miss McFadder, have you started?
Yes.
All right. Mr. Powell, have you started?
No, not
Is there
yet.
a reason why you hadn't started?
Just focusing on getting Leap set up, but I'm aware it needs to get going
Okay,
too.
now you know whose responsibility that is, right?
Yes.
Okay. And when should you have this done by?
All accommodations? Well, technically it's January, right?
19th, but when should you really
Yeah.
have
We're trying to get it done before holiday break.
the Christmas though, right?
Before
Okay.
Right.
All right. Yep.
Right.
All right. But yeah, Brian, it's the school test coordinator's job or responsibility to make sure that any student that requires accommodation, it's uploaded into TAA, and always
All right.
and always go back and make sure you check and see whether it was approved, partially approved. Like see right here, one of them says partially approved. You have to give the decision notification to the student. Then you have your national and special testing that some students request accommodations for. That, and notice it says action required, that you have to go through as well. So all of you should be in here right now, so you may see some action required. So Brian, I'm gonna go to your school. Let me choose another organization. Let's see. I'm gonna go to your school, Broadmoor High School. So whoever's listed as the TAA, and whoever's listening to TAA gets this information. All right, so I'm going to do submit by date, just change it around. So Brian, I'm going to ask you this question. This first student here is requesting accommodations for national special testing, right?
Yes.
Have you?
Yes, I see
Okay,
that.
so
That's the one due November 17th, right?
I don't know. I don't.
Yeah, it should be.
Okay.
That's a student. Should.
All right, and then what about that second student? Don't say his name out loud.
I will not. And yes, this should all be the same. I'm pretty sure these are all students that whose accommodations are due on the 17th.
So
the ones that are in the first first 6 or 7.
Yeah, so I'm assuming, see, it doesn't have the test date the student is requesting for. Ms. Veal, whoever is the listed in TA gets these emails. Does it have the test date the student's requesting accommodations for?
Yeah, it does. Most of the time when it looks like that, that's either old or the deadline for submitting the accommodations have passed. So this might just be old.
But it would have on here the test date the student's requesting, right?
It does, as long as it's still current.
Okay.
After so long, it falls off.
So Brian, what that probably means is this: the student was requesting for an earlier test date, and you never got to it.
I don't think so. I think it's probably that it's old. Now that you mentioned it.
It's probably
because I don't think
old.
Wilder. I don't think that student did register
for this year?
For a test this year. Now that again, and because I have been receiving these emails, and I don't think that I did receive an email for this student. So I'm thinking it's probably from last year.
All right.
Now that you mention it.
Because when I went into well, no, Brian, it's look, it says this. This is checked off.
December 9th. Okay. So yeah, in that case, that the accommodations for the December 9th test, that's the one that's due on the 17th, right?
I think so. Brian, just talk to the student and see if that student's requesting for December 9th, because I'm a little confused.
Because I don't think I received an email for the student, but I will check in with them. I will do that.
Or it could be, Brian, that this is checked off because that's the next one. Notice that right here.
I'm thinking that's the same thing, Michael. They might have requested earlier, and it just automatically defaulted to the next one.
To the next.
But it's not going to show until information is sent.
So that kind of makes sense, because look, it says the deadline for requesting accommodations has passed, and then the next one is being checked off. Okay, that kind of makes sense. All right, just talk to the student.
All right.
It does show that, because I have one that requested for October, but she does not receive accommodations.
Okay.
And so it still shows on my system that my next date is December 9th, but she was requesting for the October date.
All right.
Is it possible that was like this summer or something? Because we didn't register anybody for all the tests that we're registering students for are for December 9th.
Well, what do you mean register?
Like that's the first helping students register, like using the vouchers and this sort of thing.
Remember, they can do things on their own without needing your help.
True. I haven't received. I guess that's why I'm wondering if they registered, before, like earlier this summer or something. Since I never received any notification about this student.
Okay.
I'm getting emails from students as they register, and I'm wondering if maybe they registered this summer, missed the deadline, but I don't know. I'll talk to the student. All right.
Okay. All right. So, Ms. Veal, I'm going to go ahead and, but before I go to Ms. Veal, any of you have any other questions? Yeah, it's been recorded. Now, the problem, Yolanda, is that I showed a student name here. So I'm going to have to blur out all this, and when I blur things out, it takes a little bit longer. So you may not get this until either tomorrow or the next day, because there's a student name that showed up. So I've got to go back and blur these names. All right.
Can you repeat? This is Miss Sieber.
So someone asked, is being recorded. I said yes, but I'm going to have to go in and blur some student names because they showed up. So it takes a while to do that. And I will not be able to send this to you until maybe the next day or the day after.
Oh, that's perfect. Thank you so much. I just had to step away for a second, had altercation on campus.
All right. Shelly Lee's asking about the agenda. I hadn't put the agenda in the link yet, Shelly. I guess I can do that now before Ms. Veal comes on. So Ms. Veal is going to go through one more time she's going to go into J Campus. She's going to go through the process of finding the student's IEP or the 504 plan, and then go through the process of uploading the documentation. How many steps do you have to go through when you go into TAA? Anyone? How many steps are there?
7.
Yep. All right, 7 steps.
7 steps.
All right. Let me find that agenda. Hold on real quick. That's not it. Hold on. It won't take me long. Maybe that's it. All right. So there's the agenda. So I'm going to save as. Just bear with me one moment. Okay. So PDF. Save. Okay, so that's the agenda. I'm going to go ahead and put that in the chat. Let's see, this was it. Okay. All right, I put the agenda in the chat for all of you. Let's see, hold on. Okay, you should see it now. Can you open it? Can anyone open it? Now I did, just to let you know, right here I messed up. See right here, it should say 2, so the numbering's off. I apologize for that. It went from 1 to 3, so the numbering's off. Okay? All right. Okay, so Ms. Veal, I'm going to go ahead and stop sharing. Can you go ahead and start sharing your screen?
Okay. Okay, can y'all
Yes.
see it?
Thank you. Thank you for doing this for us.
No problem. So Michael asked me to demonstrate one more time about uploading the accommodations for ACT. Again, you're gonna go, you still, anytime before you do anything, still verify all your accommodations with either your ESL teacher, your 504 person, your ESL coordinator, your 504 person, and your ESL person. But lots of times I will go in JCampus and run a list of each type of accommodation and share it with one of those 3 and ask them to verify the list for me. So once you get ready to start gathering your accommodations, you'll go in JCampus. I'm not going to type the student in right now. I'm just going to show you where to go. But you go to your actions and you go to your document archives. And for ESS, this is the one I'm doing an ESS one today. You go to special services. Okay, right now nothing's going to show up because I don't have an actual student's name in there. But when you go to special services,
well, Ms. Veal, I'm going to go ahead and blur the student, so just go ahead and do it.
Okay. Okay, so I'm going to type his name in. This is the student. I'm going to go to actions.
The student's name.
I'm going to go. I didn't say his name.
Sometimes as we go through this, we forget.
It slips. Yeah. I'm going to go to document archives and I'm going to go to special services. So once you get there, once that window comes up, you're going to see IEP, and you're also going to see evaluations if you need that. So I'm going to click on IEP. I'm going to look for his current IEP. This one was done February of 2023, so it hasn't expired yet. And it shows that he has, okay, I thought I saw it said he had 2, but that's 2022. So once you click on that and open up the student's IEP, the next thing you're going to do is you're going to save it. And how you'll save it is you'll go to print, where it says destination, you're going to choose save as PDF. Okay. And as you save it, then you click on save. And then whatever folder you've created. So my folders have already been created. My folder is ACT. Then I have ACT accommodations, and I have them divided by 504, ELP, and ESS. Okay, and then if you look down the list, the student that I'm working on, I've already saved his accommodations. Okay, so I'm going to close that. Now, another thing that I do why I have it open and just before I save it. Hold on a second. I'm trying to get out of here. I won't move. I'll just click save. All right. I'll go through it to read the accommodation, so I'll have an idea what I'm going to request when I get into TAA. These new IEPs, which started from last year, are was a lot more confusing to follow, to look at, to see what it is that the students' difficulty was. So I'm on. This is the. On here it says page 2 of 13, but on my screen it's showing page 3. So this column here, where it says academic development and functional needs, that's what I'm looking at. It says the student is having difficulty in English and math areas of the general curriculum that addresses Louisiana state standards. His functional needs are noted in the following areas. Counseling based on teacher observation results. The student requires support and interventions in the following skill areas: reading comprehension, math calculations, reading informational text, expressions and equations, ratio and proportional relationships. So that kind of gives me the idea of what that I'm going to be requesting for this student. So I'm going to close this. Another thing too, under the tab that's highlighted in red, SPED, I'll look at that too, and it says other health impairment and emotional disturbance. Okay, so now I'm going to go to success. I had logged in once, but it keeps logging me out because I stand on it too long. Okay, as Michael showed us before, I'm going to go to the test accessibility and accommodations, TAA. I'm going to choose my school. So the next thing I'm going to do, I'm going to make sure I'm going to search his name to make sure he doesn't already have accommodations in. This student here is not the same student that I'm getting ready to upload for TAA. So now I'm going to go to new request. I'm going to add his state ID. His first name is okay, this is his first name, and then I'm going to go ahead and put the last name. Date of birth is and I know we had this discussion before, but I just use the school's address. And this is step 1, so I'm going to save and continue. I'm going to choose the testing, which is state district. I'm going to search till I find our state, Louisiana. Are you requesting authorized accommodations for the examinee? Yes. And are you requesting English learner support for the examinee? I'm not. So I'm going to click no for that first, and then yes. Okay, so now remember, I went through and read what some of his difficulty was. It was most definitely in reading comprehension, and math. So that's going to fall on a learning disability. So I'm going to go ahead and include everything: reading, math, and written expression. I don't remember it saying anything about speech and language, but it did reference reading, math, and issues with written expression. So after that, I'm going to scroll down. I'm going to click Save and Continue. I don't have any other disabilities that I need to list. Okay, what kind of accommodation plans does the examinee have? This is number 4. He has an IEP. Save and Continue. Okay, I'm just going to go ahead and click on small group testing. So I'm going to request text-to-speech. And it's already, because of his disability, it has automatically chosen triple time for multiple days for the student. Okay, so I don't need to change the timing. So I'm going to click on Save and Continue. So the next thing it's going to ask me to do, this is step 6, is to upload the student's documentation. So I'm going to go to Choose File. Okay, this is 504, so let me go back and do ESS. I'm going to look for the student. And I'm going to upload. Now, sometimes it'll ask, if I click Save and Continue, it'll ask me for something else. I always do the eval, so I just go, I know Michael said, they said we don't have to, but I just add it anyway, because that's what I was used to doing. So I've also uploaded his eval. I'm going to click Save and Continue. And now I have step 7, which is a review of everything that I just did. His demographics, the testing time that window that I'm requesting. His disabilities are listed. And if you look at this and you see that you clicked on something incorrect, you can go in and edit the reason for request, because once you click Submit, you usually have to do a reconsideration if you realize you've done the wrong thing. It shows here that I'm not requesting anything. What is this? Requested accommodations on plan. So it says no, which that was an accident. So I need to say yes. So you see, it's very good to go back and read that review and catch what you did. I don't think I have to go through the same thing. Well, yeah, I do. Okay, why are you making me upload again? Okay, it didn't. Okay, so now that's correct. It says yes. So the accommodations I chose, triple time, text-to-speech, small group testing. Okay, and then last, it has here required documentation. It's showing where I sent his IEP and his evaluation plan. And then the next thing, it wants you to acknowledge that you did the student consent or the parent consent form to release their accommodations to ACT. You click yes for that. And then the last thing you have to do is submit. So what I do instead, I used to print all of this. I don't do that anymore. I just go to print. I save. I go back to where I retrieved his IEP, and I just type in his name again, request, and click save. And that's it.
All right. Any of you have any questions, Ms. Veal?
So again, like I said, if after you submit your review, your request, and then you go back and realize, if you go back and look at the review and see that you picked on something incorrectly, after you submit, it doesn't let you go back in. You would have to actually do a reconsideration, and I have done that before. I accidentally clicked on the wrong accommodation or something like that, and I had to go back. When I went back, it pretty much told me I had to do a reconsideration. So make sure you read your review before you submit.
Okay, thank you, Ms. Veal. Any of you have questions? Okay. All right. I appreciate it, Ms. Veal.
You're welcome.
Go ahead and share my screen. Okay. All right. So a couple of things before we go. So Ms. Rubin is asking about the importer role. So you're going to need importer role to add students using that SDU file in ACT. And the issue is we don't have access to the importer role to give to you. So what we have to do is we have to contact ACT and they have to manually give you the importer role. So, but right now you don't have access to the importer role. If you're new, if you've done this before, you have access to the importer role, because I can go in and show you real quick what I'm talking about. Let me go to test admin. Okay, so here's what I'm referring to. Okay, so I'm going to go to users. I'm going to pick a user. I think Ms. Rubin has an importer role. All right, so I'm going to just go here. I'm going to go to roles. And so she has right here, you can see importer right here. So what the importer role allows you to do, which you're going to need, is it allows you, when you go to setup, and right here, I'm hoping it doesn't go away, import, export data. So if you're going to import data like your seniors, see, remember the state only uploads juniors and any seniors without a score, an ACT score. Anyone else, like the seniors that already have an ACT score that you're going to retest, you have to upload them yourselves. And that's going to require an SDU file, which is going to require the importer role. So you're going to need the importer role. I think some of you don't have access. Let me just check a couple of things. Let me go to, let's see, Mr. Powell. I don't think Mr. Powell has importer role. Let's see, just real quick. Yeah, he does. But Mr. Powell also has room supervisor. I'm going to take, because I think that having room supervisor and test coordinator is going to be a conflict. So I'm going to take that off. Okay, so he has importer role. Some of you may not. I'm going to, at some point, probably in December, because you don't need it right now. In December, I'll go in and see who has the importer role, and then we have to contact the ACT to have them added to you, because I can't give it. Okay, so any questions on the importer role? Okay, secondly, Miss Wells, about your MVP meeting today. Y'all had something scheduled for today for MVP? Yes or no? Someone?
We did.
Yes, we did.
So she says it's canceled. So she wanted me to make an announcement that the MVP meeting today is canceled. Okay. All right. So I guess y'all meet every week or something. So next week y'all would meet, but today it's canceled. All right. So if you don't have anything else, I think that's. Yes.
Wait, Michael, back to what you were talking about before for the importer role. So are you talking about that what is
SDU
it?
file.
SDU? So you have to have rights to be, because I know that's what we use to upload the seniors. So that has to be a role assigned to you to be able to do it. Okay.
And you probably already have the role because you had it last year.
Yeah, I was just double checking that was the same thing that you were talking about.
Yeah, I think those people that had it today, they don't have the importer role because I didn't have the ability to give the importer role. So if I recall correctly, we had to call ACT in the past and have them assign the role to a person.
Oh, okay. I was just checking.
Thank you for the question. All right. Anything else before we go? Okay. Did all of you sign in? All right. Okay. I appreciate it. All right. Well, have a great rest of the week. If you have any questions, just call or email. And that will be it. And I'll send this recording out in a couple of days. It'll take me a while to blur some information. All right, people. Have a great day. Bye.
Bye, Michael.
Bye, Mr. Dozat.
You too. Have a good day.
Bye, y'all.
Bye, Mr. Dozat.
Okay, good.
Yes.
Hey, Michael. Hey, I missed what you said about the importer role. Do I have that role? This is Liberty.
I don't think so, because I think I just added you today.
Do I need it?
Let me see. Hold on.
Oh, okay.
Hold on.
All
Let me
right.
check. Yeah, you do. It says importer.
Okay.
So you should be good. You're welcome.
All right. Thank you. All right. Bye-bye.